So today we are going to be making General Tso Chicken. So as you can see, I already cut up the chicken already. Cut them in a little cube like this. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and prep the meat first, and then we'll come back to the sauce. So let's just get started. So we have 2 eggs. Put it in here. Mix it really good. So mix it really well, and then we're going to add some salt. Again, to your taste. I'll have a couple pinch of salt, and then maybe a little bit of the white pepper powder. Okay, and then continue mixing it up for about 30 seconds. So next I'm going to be adding is cornstarch. I'll put it all in here. And then I'm going to add some regular all-purpose flour. It's good to do half and half, because in that way it would not be too hard, too crunchy. And just mix it really well. And then I'm going to add in probably a little bit of baking soda. Maybe half a teaspoon. Okay. All right. And I'll add just about a tablespoon of water in here, so I can mix it up. So the final step is to add the oil in here. Adding the oil, it preventing the chicken to stick together when you deep fry them. And mix it really well, and then we're going to let it sit in the refrigerator for about 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, so we are going to do the sauce. So I had some chicken broth here. Some people would prefer use water, but I like to do chicken broth. Give me a little bit more. Just half of the can. And then I'm going to be adding in some dark soy sauce. And then I'm going to add in some regular soy sauce. And then I'm going to add in some oyster sauce. I'm going to mix it up. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be adding is the sugar. It's probably about 3 tablespoons of sugar. Depends on how sweet you want it. I don't want mine to be very sweet, so. And the last of another thing I add on is rice vinegar. You can use regular white vinegar if you like. And then about 1 teaspoon of cornstarch in here. Alright, just mix it up and then let it sit. So the sauce is done. We're just going to let it sit until we're ready to cook. Put everything together. Now, normally you would use the whole dry chili pepper. I don't have those at home, and plus that if you don't eat a lot of spicy stuff, it'd be good just to put a little bit of any kind of peppers in here. So I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little bit in here. Just mix it up. This dish is supposed to be spicy, but if you can't eat any spicy, then don't put any peppers in here. Alright, we're done for now. I decided to garnish the General Tso with the broccoli. So I boiled some broccoli. Now it's done. Just about like 30 seconds. Put in a boiling water, bring it out, put in the ice water, so that way your broccoli will not overcook. Okay, so we're gonna fry the chicken for about maybe a couple minutes. So make sure you don't overload putting too much in there, because we want to make sure the temperature stay around 300 to 310. So we're going to do it for like about a minute and then just take it out, because we're gonna fry it again the second time in a higher heat. Okay. And you also want to do one piece at a time. I know it's gonna take a lot of work, but if you put the whole thing in, it's just gonna be all come up in one big lump. Okay, we're gonna start out the sauce, so we're gonna add some oil. You can use any kind of oil. And then let it heat up. Give you 30 seconds to let it heat up. Alright, so I had some chopped up ginger already here, so we're going to add about a couple, it depends on how much ginger you like. We'll add about a tablespoon. Then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic. So as you can see, the garlic started to kind of brown. So I'm going to start putting the salt. Make sure you stir it up real well because we had the cornstarch in here earlier. Turn the heat down to medium. And just let it slowly simmer until this broth gets thickened. So as you can see, it's boiling, it's thickening. So it depends on how thick you want your sauce. I think for me, this is good enough. So just turn the heat down to low for another minute, and you can turn it off and let it sit. Okay, so now the heat had gone up to about 350. I'm gonna put it in the second time. Let it fry it again. This time we had to make sure that it's golden brown before we take it out. So this is the second time in the fryer, so as you see. Put in here, we can drain the oil. Alright, so the sauce, as you can see, they're thickened, so we're gonna go ahead and push all this in. Alright, so now we're coating the chicken with the sauce, and this dish is complete. So this is the final version of General Tso Chicken. Give it a try. Hope you enjoy it.